Well, once again, I'm Natalie Thomas, in for Chris St. Clair on this holiday Monday, a holiday for most Canadians, not all, but most Canadians. And the biggest weather story today is this amazing contrast in temperatures, things that you wouldn't expect to see at this time of year. And it's all courtesy of the jet stream. You see this big ridge in the jet stream, allowing that warm, humid air to move into British Columbia and further to the north. And then we have this dip in the jet stream, bringing that cooler air from the north further to the south. Now, that being said, moments ago we asked you in today's weather quiz, where was it hottest in all of Canada yesterday? If you're just joining us, we'll remind you of your choices. Was it in Fort Simpson in the Northwest Territories, Greenwood, Nova Scotia, or Lillooet, British Columbia? The answer is Lillooet in the BC interior. They got up to about 34 degrees yesterday, but it's really Fort Simpson where it was just over 30 degrees as well. I want to talk about Fort Simpson, or at least northern Canada, for a moment. And for that, we'll go to Chief Meteorologist Chris. And that's an interesting point, because you wouldn't expect to go to the beach in Nunavut and have it be almost double the temperature as you see in southern Ontario. But take a look at these record-breaking temperatures yesterday across northern Canada. I was taking a look at the 7-day forecast for Norman Wells, and humidex values there will be in the low 30s all week long. So this weather pattern is going to stay in place for the next few days. And there, to compare and contrast those temperatures to southern Ontario, I mean areas and around Goderich toward Ottawa, in the high teens, low 20s, so not what we expect to see in the middle of summer. Now, the other big story has been active weather. So for that, we'll see a few isolated thunder showers in the Maritimes today, even parts of Newfoundland and eastern Quebec. But I would say the bigger story is going to be the steady rains in St. John's and the Avalon Peninsula today. We have a low pressure system just skimming past the Avalon. And again, that's going to be steady showers today through early tomorrow. And once again today, we have the potential for thunderstorms anywhere from the BC southern interior across Alberta into Saskatchewan and southern Manitoba. They should stay very isolated and generally non-severe in nature, but a few severe cells may pop up. We'll be keeping an eye on the prairies today, and hopefully you can stay with us. Amazing videos from all across the globe coming up in Force of Nature Extended. Don't go away. Well, considering this weekend, it has been warmer in the Northwest Territories than southern Ontario. If you have a honeymoon planned down south, you are in luck, because if you want the heat and humidity, that's where you're going to have to go. In Puerto Plata for Tuesday, we're looking at 32 degrees and mostly sunny skies. Aruba, sunshine and 34 degrees, feeling even warmer with the humidity. And same thing if you're heading to Mexico and around Cancun, for example. A lot of sunshine, 33 degrees, and again, feeling warmer with that humidity. This is your national forecast, and you're just in time for it on this holiday Monday, if in fact you have a holiday today. And if you do, you probably want to be out at the beach. And I know a lot of people were yesterday in the city of Toronto. It hasn't been as hot as you generally see for the August long weekend. Temperatures really have been the big story, especially this morning. You are going to notice how cool it is anywhere from Ottawa to Toronto to North Bay. Temperatures have generally been below the 10-degree mark. This was as of 5 o'clock this morning. Muskoka below 8 degrees, Ottawa below 7 degrees. Again, though, we will be warming up through the day with the sunshine, and the bigger story will be tomorrow in northwestern Ontario. High pressure protects us for today, but the system moves into the northwest tomorrow, and we could be seeing some showers and embedded thunderstorms, which is essentially what we've been seeing all weekend long. There, it almost looks like a double rainbow poking out from behind the storm clouds. Again today, it feels like a broken record almost, but again today the risk for spotty thunder showers in through the Maritimes, parts of eastern Quebec and even Newfoundland, but they'll be very, very isolated, non-severe in nature. And the bigger story is the steady rains in around St. John's and the Avalon Peninsula. We have a low pressure system just skimming past the Avalon, and again that could be steady rains today into tomorrow. We could be picking up a good 25 millimeters of rain. Slight risk of a shower today in Halifax. Hopefully it doesn't impact any of your natal day plans. Yes, that's part of our 3 cool things we've put together for you. As far as active weather is concerned, there is the potential once again today to see some isolated thunderstorms. So we're celebrating the Heritage Festival in Edmonton. Bring an umbrella. Once again today, the risk is there for thunderstorms. It's anywhere from the BC interior across the prairies into southern Manitoba. And I'll show you what it was looking like yesterday in Calgary with the dark clouds. And so again, as far as active weather is concerned today, risk for thunderstorms across the prairies. And we do have those steady rain showers in around St. John's and the Avalon Peninsula. Those are the big weather stories, and we will be flooding. What about this cool time lapse? Again, those details are coming up in a moment. All right, so for Hotels.com, if you're doing any traveling across Canada, through the day today. We are looking at really beautiful conditions. Southern Ontario through southern Quebec, it's going to be sunny and dry. However, temperatures are below seasonal, so you're going to want to stay warm. I mean, it's not going to be that cold, but it's not going to be as hot and humid as you may expect. Also beautiful, get outside of that hotel and around Vancouver, sunshine and mild temperatures. If you're heading to Europe, Rome, 38 degrees and sunshine, stay cooler, including parts of southern Ontario, southern Quebec through the southern prairies. We have seen some pretty cool temperatures, especially waking up in the morning hours. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. But take a look at the weather pattern across the country. This will continue through the day today. We have the big ridge in the jet stream allowing most of the warm and even more humid air to move further to the north. British Columbia is quite warm as well. And then you have the dip in the jet stream allowing that cooler air from the north to sink further to the south. And this is what I'm talking about. Ontario's cottage country, for example, and around Muskoka, at about 5 o'clock this morning, temperatures weren't even at 8 degrees. Bancroft barely at 3 degrees. Toronto, the exception, around 11, 12 degrees. But again, these are some pretty cool temperatures to start the day. And even southern Manitoba, again yesterday, we saw some record low temperatures when we woke up yesterday morning, hovering around the 5 or 6 degree mark. Now, that being said, because temperatures are the big story, in today's weather question, we are asking you, where was it hottest in all of Canada yesterday? We're going to give you 3 choices, and the answer is coming up in about 10 minutes' time. Was it Fort Simpson in the Northwest Territories? Was it Greenwood, Nova Scotia? Or Lillooet, British Columbia? Again, we'll have the answer coming up shortly. But if temperatures are the one big story, active weather is the other. Happy Simcoe Day. We'll talk about why it's called Simcoe Day coming up in just a moment. Again, I'm Natalie Thomas in for Chris St. Clair on this holiday Monday, and what a chilly start to the day. It hasn't been feeling that cold this morning in the city of Toronto. At about 5 o'clock this morning, we were sitting at nearly 12 degrees. But I mean, look at Bancroft, under 4 degrees, and around Muskoka and Haliburton and Huntsville, we're talking about temperatures below 6, 7, 8 degrees. So it has been a cool start to the day. Although this afternoon it's going to be warming back up again, back to the low 20s, much like it did yesterday. Actually, it's going to be a very similar day today, similar into the low to mid 20s, feeling slightly warmer with the humidity. Now, as far as active weather is concerned, our best chance for rain and thunderstorms this week is going to be on Wednesday, which makes me sad because the Backstreet Boys are performing Wednesday night, Molson Amphitheater. I'm looking for tickets myself, but as Kasia Badurka tells us, you can still go to the Molson Amphitheater when active weather is on. All right, maybe you're not a Backstreet Boys fan. We've put together 3 cool things for you. If you're in an Art in the Open in Elora, in downtown Elora, the weather looks like it will be cooperating for the most part. Again, increasing cloud cover this afternoon and temperatures getting more mild and more humid by midweek. But take a look at these incredible weather videos and even this cool time lapse. We'll tell you all about it coming up in Force of Nature Extended. This edition of Force of Nature Extended begins with a tragic story coming out of the United States. That's a look at weather stories from all across the globe. Our weather story here at home continues now. In the mid-20s, not a lot of humidity, very comfortable, and quite a bit of sunshine. It's still going to be a bright day today, but increasing cloud cover through the afternoon. So not all sunshine, but it looks to be dry across southern Ontario for the most part. Here's the big story, though. We are talking about temperatures, certainly. There's Toronto at 23 degrees. Notice the cool air in around Goderich, only 18.5 yesterday. And then this morning, it is a chilly start to the day. Now, not here in Toronto. As of 5 o'clock this morning, Toronto was sitting at nearly 12 degrees, but through the Muskoka region and around Haliburton and around Huntsville, temperatures have been around 6, 7 degrees, even closer to Ottawa below the 7-degree mark. So if you are heading back from the cottage, well, maybe you can take a little bit of solace in the fact that, well, it wasn't that warm this morning, so I feel good about my decision not to go up to the cottage. As I mentioned, though, we do have high pressure in place, so it's looking like a bright day. We do have a little bit of instability leading to that increasing cloud cover throughout the afternoon. And then a system moves into northwestern Ontario for tomorrow, the risk of showers and thunderstorms for Tuesday. But here across the GTA, the Golden Horseshoe, it's Wednesday. That's our best chance for rain and thunderstorms. And notice the humidex values in the feels like line by Wednesday as well with that system moving in. Humidex values even in around Hamilton will be approaching 35. So Wednesday's the day to watch out for the change in the pattern, rain, thunderstorms, and more humidity.